Hello my Valiers, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be having a little rant about schleich. No surprise there, huh? So today we're going to just be talking about my thoughts, my feelings about how I feel about the new schleich. Now obviously I have been over them and I still am really excited for them. That has not changed. I just want to talk about, will we ever get the old schleich and all that, and where they're heading as a company and what could be the outcomes in the next couple of years. So with that said, let's get on. So as you know, I very much am excited for the new schleich. I love what they've done with the molds. I definitely think they're improving. I think the next couple of years we're going to hopefully get some new things. Now, what I have, and I've spoken briefly on this before, is the material they're using. Now, they say they're going to be going back to their old material. And in some way, with the new, I was going to say Chicana, that's not what it was. What was it? Warm blood, Dutch warm blood, there we go, I can remember. Now, it is a lot sodeler. What the heck is sodeler? It is a lot solid, and it does feel quite heavy, so they could possibly, but as far as I'm aware, from the last videos we've seen them bring out, they do digital sculpting. Now, I could be wrong. They could be going back to traditional sculpting, but I don't know. I think nowadays schleich are going to be going back to staying with the digital sculpting, which is quite sad because it ups the prices of the schleich. The models, I believe that is why they're quite expensive in general. I think because, and I know it's like, but it's done tech wise, not handcrafted, which should be expensive because you're putting a skill into it compared to just going on a plate like PC and digitally defining the hair. Technically that should be correct, but I believe that's why they're a bit more expensive. I mean, I know they haven't really changed, about $7.99, they're the same price as always, and the dogs are a lot cheaper. But for me, like I said, I'm not a Prime member, and I had to pay like £13 for that horse, and that was ridiculous. Again, that's because I'm not a Prime member, but don't have the money to be a Prime member, so you know. But I feel like they're gonna always be not as good quality as they can be because they are sculpting from the computers. I feel like they're always gonna be where they are. You know, I'm not trying to say that, you know, sculpting like doing it from computers, you're not going to get a good sculpting work. I just feel like what we're getting at the moment is the best we're going to get, and it's not going to get any better. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and it's an improvement on their behalf, is I noticed that they brought out some families. Now, obviously a lot of us really loved it when they brought out the puppy families, the lion families, the horse families, the alligator family, you know, whatever it is. We all really, really loved when they brought those out, and it looks like quite possibly, because again, I can't predict the future. I can only I can't guarantee this basically, but we might be getting families back, because I noticed that they brought out a quarter horse family. Well, they didn't bring a foal out, but they brought out the spotted saddlebred, there we go, and they brought out a foal. So, you know, I do think we're going to be heading in that direction. Granted, it was only 2 models and not a stallion with it, or a gelding, or, well, it would have to be a stallion because otherwise they can't have a foal, but you know what I mean. But they did bring out a tiger family, which I'm super excited for, and I think they brought out another family to go with it. So we could be looking at some families coming back, which I think, again, schleich, you really should do that. I think, you know, we all miss buying the family, and if you keep it at a cheap price, then we will buy 3 or 4 models because we will be buying families. So in theory that makes more sense, because you're making more money because we will buy the individual models that are to go with the family. So yeah, I think that they might be getting improved, but in the sense of we might get families, we might get dramatic poses. We did see the rearing horse, like this one here. We did see a rearing. I don't have the new one because I don't particularly like the hair. It does look good as repaint though, but we are getting rearing poses, you know. We're getting ones where they look like they're, I forget the word for what it's called. But when they're flaming, we had one where it looked like the knob strapper was flaming, like he smelt like something in the air. So, you know, it is sort of looking like they might return to some degree to what they were. So that is a good sign, but I don't think they're ever going to be as good as they are. Again, I can't predict that because you know, next year's are the ones we're going to have to see and you know, see in person. But I think we could possibly definitely be getting a much better schleich returning, so it is looking hopeful. I do think we will have a nicer schleich to go on. So yeah, that's it today, guys. I just wanted to do a quick talking about, do I think they're going to be basically better than what they used to be? Are they ever going to return? I just wanted to sort of give my thoughts and opinions on it because, you know, I think a lot of us have been sat there going, they're just not very good. They're getting, you know, they're seeming to go down the child route, but it seems like they're sort of still in their childlike phase, but also I think now they're sort of separating the more like magical forest or whatever it's called, magical schooling, and putting it in their own separate categories, and are focusing on getting the models like these realistic and keeping them for the collectors to some degree. Obviously, I don't think they're fully going to go back to being fully realistic, but I do think they're definitely improving. So yeah, that's today's video. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.